Hi ladies, so we gotta talk. I have lots of girlfriends, and there's so many types of examples where my friends are like, oh, I don't have a boyfriend, I don't understand what the reason is. Obviously, I'm not perfect, but you know when you're from a third party perspective, you always look at a situation differently. So I've compiled a short list of things that us girls do that prevent us from getting a boyfriend. Now that sounds really bad, but I promise you, it's gonna have a positive, friendly, cheerful outlook to it. This video is to address some females, a big portion of them, but not all of them, since it's impossible to say that every girl is the same. But the things I'm about to talk about are done by quite a big demographic. So if you don't agree, I cordially invite you to discuss in the comments. But if you do agree, then thumbs up the video. And let's go! You're way too attainable. Your schedule is so open that the guy basically doesn't even care. He's just like, oh, she's always going to be there for me. But when you have hobbies, class, I don't know, other friends, the guy wants to be in your life because he feels like he basically kind of like earns the possibility of being with you, which is great because nobody wants to be with another person when you're just like filling the void of their time. You're way too clingy. At the same time as being unattainable, you gotta show the man that, you don't need him. You guys have to kind of fight for each other's attention. Not fight, that sounds a little vicious. But if you're always there, it's not that interesting, is it? It's boring. You gotta keep it fun, and you gotta keep it, the chase. Isn't the chase always the best part of the entire relationship? You update your Facebook about your everyday life to the extreme. I mean, I update my Facebook, of course, with silly, stupid statuses which have nothing to do with anything important. It's not gonna help me get a job, blah blah. But I mean, if you update it to the point, it's like, oh my god, my boyfriend and I are having a fight. Oh my god, my boyfriend hates me. Oh my god, blah blah blah, my boyfriend. It's really difficult for the other person to confess something to you and talk like one-on-one when he knows that you're just basically gonna go on Facebook and tell that to everybody else. Most of the things, if not all, that you two share should be just between the two of you. This brings me to my next point. You let your friends control your relationship. Now, we girls love to gossip and we love to tell our girlfriends everything, and the boys out there, you better know that after every single date, the girl will go to her friends, possibly right after she closes that door to her house. She will immediately pick up the phone and be like, girl, it was wonderful. I mean, we had such a good time. She will go into extreme detail where you went, what you said, how many people there were, how much you paid, who paid. All I'm saying, girls, is you gotta listen to what your friends have to say, but you still have to think rationally, and you kind of have to do your own thinking instead of saying to your friends, so what should I do? And that's the thing. You're not just struggling with one girl, your girlfriend. You're fighting this entire fleet of girls that are her friends who are telling her, oh, he's a bastard. Oh, just dump his ass. So girls, listen to your girlfriends, but make up your own mind. The relationship got really boring. After a while, you get really comfortable with another person, and which is super. That's where the problem arises. It gets boring. So that's why, girls, you gotta do something spontaneous, make him a sandwich once in a while, surprise him, go against feminism. Oh god, I'm horrible. Make him cookies, I don't know, guys love food. Do something fun and spontaneous and crazy and something that you both will enjoy, rather than just a typical movie date night, which, is boring because you just don't do anything, and it's boring. You preach about equality, but then you twist it to fit your needs. I am a strong believer in feminism, and that girls are equal, that girls are strong, independent women, which they are. But ladies, you gotta think about this rationally for a second. You wanna preach to the man that you're equal, you're independent, you got your own money and whatever, you got your job, but then when he doesn't pay for the date, you get pissed off with him and you never answer his calls, because that's not what a real man does. Technically, shouldn't there not be rules of what a real man does? Shouldn't you have been the one who pays for the date since, you got your cash? Girls obviously want to be respected because girls are humans. Every human wants to be respected, at least to some degree. But you gave away your cookies way too easily, way too soon. And then you want the guy to respect you? I'm sorry, but how does that work? Can somebody please explain that to me? I know there's a big double standard, you know, if a guy sleeps with a lot of girls, he's the man, and if a girl sleeps with a lot of guys, she's a very derogative term for a woman who sleeps with a lot of guys. But for a girl, it's not the fact that you have to follow what society expects of you. Basically, girls, you gotta respect yourself when it comes to, like, having sex, because it's not gonna help you land a man for longer than, like, whatever amount of time that lasts. It's not gonna help you keep him around, and it's definitely not gonna, you know, boost your self-esteem. You don't really appreciate the small things. Not that small thing. I'm saying, you know, when he pulls out a chair for you, or opens the door, or, you know, when he pays for dinner, do you say, "Oh, thanks, you know, that was really nice of you. I got us some dessert." Or when he buys you flowers, do you return the favor by, you know, making him some food? Why is it always about food? Oh. If a guy is doing something nice for you, you gotta show him that it doesn't go unnoticed, that you are taking note of the fact that he's being nice and he's being this cordial gentleman, and that he's, you know, sweet, and you appreciate it. Just show him that you care and that you noticed it.